Hello friends, this is Coldrun, back with Final Fantasy XIV Endwalker Edition. I don't know why I just added edition there. We're here in Yedlamad, the first port city in Thavnair, and excuse me, there's a quest from this dude, Kepharaz. Let's check it out. Fruit Savior. Kepharaz is rubbing the small of his back and smiling at you through the pain. You there. I take it by the hunger in your eyes that you're in search of work. As luck would have it, I'm in need of assistance and have the coin to make it worth your while. Usually I'd haul these goods ashore myself, but today my back doesn't seem amenable to the prospect. If you could help an old merchant out, I reckon we could both go to sleep satisfied. Yeah, okay. Very good, very good. I've marked on the map where the crates are to be delivered. Careful now, the fruits inside bruise easily. Give me a shout once you're done. We'll see about getting you paid. Okay. I did the thing with the boxes. Kepharaz. No crate in your hands, eh? I take it that means your task is done. Good job. That particular shipment was packed to the brim with this region's finest fruits. Owing to this region's insufferable heat, they're sweeter than any other I've tasted. Does heat actually make fruits sweeter? It could. I have no idea. That could be the case. I was meant to deliver them to a client of mine in Limsa Lominsa, but no sooner had I set sail than I received word that my goods were no longer needed. A damned shame, but now that they're resting under the shade, at least they won't go to waste. That's life, eh? Sometimes the wind is at your back, sometimes you're left floundering, and other times you're stuck in bed on a beautiful day because your back is having none of it. I hear that. But I tend to find that fortune smiles upon those with patience, as they did today. Wait, as they? Oh, as they being the same. Okay. As they did today when I saw you strolling along the docks. Any road, here's your payment for a job well done. Till next we meet. Okay. That was... Yeah, I brought your crate of fruit aside. I don't know why you were turned away from Limsa, but I don't know, maybe your order was just canceled. Because the restrictions on shipping are really local, aren't they? Like, it's not like other places are shutting out trade from here. It's more that traders just don't want to come to this place, come to Yedlamad. Okay, we got another quest coming up here from Maruna. And we got a cat yelling at me. Maruna is gazing off into the distance as if looking for a ship on the horizon. Shelling out. Okay, Maruna. From a distance I thought you to be a fishmonger. But now that I behold you up close, it's clear you don't hail from these parts. Odd as your garments are, however, even I can tell they're made for hard work. Lucky for you, I have just the task. You are a stern-faced aura. I mean to make a necklace for an acquaintance of mine, but my design calls for shells pulled from various kachapa. As fine a crafter that I am, I'm afraid hunting is quite outside my wheelhouse. If you do the rough work for my stead, you would be well compensated for your time, and have my undying gratitude besides. I require 2 shells from the hulking beasts. A simple feat for one such as you, surely. Are the kachapa the turtles? That's my guess. They are indeed the turtles. Here are your shells, my good man. I see you've been busy. Do you have the shells? I do, kachapa shells. While it seems that one of these is more than sufficient for a necklace, there's no point in questioning orders. Yeah, these are giant-ass shells, but maybe he was just being certain. Ah, yes, yes. These are just what I seek. I mean to present my necklace to a woman with very discerning tastes. So, I thank you for choosing shells of such high quality. I killed literally the first 2 I saw, but you're welcome. She collects and assesses taxation at Alnair, and her duties often bring her to this very port. We've become quite close over the past few moons. Only a few days ago she sent me a charm to ensure my good health and fortune. My spirits were much invigorated, for it symbolizes her deep trust in me. I've heard tell these are shared among siblings to express their love for one another. Oh shit! I don't think this relationship is what you are hoping for, friend. It's customary to send a gift in return, so I had in mind to craft a... Siblings! Siblings! Oh, she just dawned on him. Oh, is that how she thinks of me? I was certain it was something altogether different, but now that I say it out loud, I suppose I can still be happy with this arrangement. I'll look over her as a brother would his beloved sister. Keep her safe from harm, yes. Any road, I promised you recompense, didn't I? Here, you've earned it. Yeah, you know, this is Maruna, best character. I mean, there's a lot of best characters in this game, but that's it. That's the way to react to this sort of thing. Fine to be upset, disappointed, frustrated, and then roll with it. Nice job, Maruna. Alright, let's continue with the main story quest. Urian J. Mayhap owing to this island's small size, the tower's impact upon the people's lives doth appear more pronounced here than in Eorzea. Yeah, good point. I agree. Thancred. Helping a struggling fisherman you've only just met to peddle his catch. Yes, you would do something like that, as incompetently as I did. Estinian. House of Divinities. Judging by his furrowed brow, something important has occurred to Estinian. That Matsya fellow you were helping, he's Arkasudara, is he not? He is. Apparently, 'tis almost exclusively his people that are being kidnapped. Should he be traveling alone? I will kill Fandaniel so hard if Matsya comes to harm. Urianje, if summoning is this perpetrator's aim, it doth stand to reason that the Arkasudara would be their primary targets. Why, are they religious? For 'tis their faith of their ancestors which prevaileth in this land, and many are devout adherents still. Yeah, okay. Thancred. We'd better go after him. Akyale lies to the west, as I recall. The same direction as Kryle's acquaintance, incidentally. Estinian. It's settled then. Keep your eyes peeled while we make for the village. And we're off. Da, 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 da. I like that quest accept music. Search the area for Matsya. So we'll check with this Radiant Guard up here, maybe? Oh, no. What do you have to say, Radiant Guard? No, just don't get eaten is what he has to say, or what they have to say. You do not see Matsya nearby, but the elevated ground up ahead may provide a better vantage point. Okay. Before I do that, though, let's try this fate. When Gaja go gaga. A herd of rampaging Gaja are making trouble for merchants seeking to haul their goods up and down the high road. Dispatch the creatures so that trade may flourish once more. Die, elephants. So we get a higher lookout point. You do not see Matsya from here either. No, leave me alone. Help! Somebody help! Matsya's voice, and it came from the north. I will save you, Matsya. What got you? Gaja? Tempered Imperial. Oh, right. No. Meddlers. Eliminate. Gotcha. Okay. Huh? Where did they go? Why are you here? I'm here to help you. Thancred. I see you found him in time. I did. Matsya. You and your friends came to look for me? I don't know how to thank you. No thanks needed. On my way home, I took a moment to stop and rest. Think about what to do about, well, everything. And then those men came. Thancred. Kidnappers. We'd heard that the Arkasudara were being targeted. Surely you have as well. Perhaps it's best if you took refuge in the city. Yeah, but what are you going to do for, like, a living? Matsya, we've considered it, me and the others, but fishing is all we know. The ocean is all we have. Thancred. I see. That's your decision to make, but you should take care not to travel alone. It's a nice compromise. Urianger. Question, if I may. 'Tis our understanding that strange fiends have emerged from this tower. What canst thou tell us of these beings? Matsya. Not much, I'm afraid. I have no idea what they are, but I've heard that some bear an unsettling resemblance to our divinities. Oh, yeah, that's expected. Perhaps lunar versions of them? For that reason, some have taken to calling the tower Zot. Oh! So I know from all the just being existing on Twitter that like the Tower of Zot is a dungeon in this game. And so I guess this is it. I know that the Tower of Zot is from Final Fantasy IV. I've played that game many times and loved it. Though the Tower of Zot is not my favorite part of that game. And yeah, I apparently this is how it's fitting in this game. So is Zot like Zot like the Valhalla for your gods, that sort of thing? Yeah, okay. House of Divinities in the old tongue, it means. But they're not true divinities. They're monstrous imitations that bring only death. Urianger. To have one's faith so twisted is a grievous indignity, and full justified art thou in thine outrage. Know that 'tis for no other purpose but to neutralize the tower that we have journeyed to this land. In time we may be forced to contend with these false gods, and thus we would learn all we may about them. Wilt thou not tell us of thy divinities and their true nature? Matsya. You've come all this way to save us, really? To think I had you peddling fish. No, it's okay. And also, it wasn't really just to save you. It was to save everyone else, and you're like part of everyone else. I guess you're not part of everyone else. It's to save everyone, not just you. Matsya. But to answer your question, yes, of course. We gladly tell you about our gods. We, I say, because I'm a terrible storyteller, and I'd ask my fellow villagers to do it. Sorry for the Eeyore voice I'm settling on for this guy. So please come to our village. We're good, gods-fearing folk, all of us, and we'd be honored to share our knowledge. And fish. Urianger. What sayest thou? Shall we pay visit to Akyali? Yeah, let's do it. 100%. Matanga fishing village, here we come. Matsya. Wonderful. Just follow the road west and down the hill. You can't miss it. I made him like a Patrick from SpongeBob / Eeyore mix, and I apologize for that, as I do with all voice acting. Urianger. So 'tis the simulacra of Thavnarian gods that are being summoned. If any doubt existed before, there can be none now. The kidnapped Hanish are imprisoned in the tower. I pray that we will be able to save them. How is it going to be a dungeon, though? Because the tower that we saw before was just like a single room, wasn't it? Where we saw a lunar Ifrit summoned? Thancred. Though indeed, saving them will mean confronting their false gods like as not. Aye, as you said, we do well to study their religious traditions. To Akyali. Let's go. We've arrived at the fishing village of Yakyali. So Matsya's over there. Let's just take a quick look around the place. It's very small. So there's a bunch of these fishing boats with the friggin' amazing fins or sail. I guess they're sails. And that beautiful design on them. That looks like a whale half coming out of the water almost. Kanga. Though trying though times may be, we must keep our hearts calm, as the gods have taught us. For instance, the scriptures speak of a light within. When darkness falls, we must look to ourselves, not others, to illuminate our way. So, that is more individualistic than I was expecting for a religion like this. Urianger. Familiar though I am with myths and legends of this island, to hear them spoken by heirs to this storied heritage giveth them new life. MTU? Sure, I can catch a few fish if I take the boat out, but I've got nowhere to sell them. And even though I do... Yeah, here we go. And even though I do it, I can't preserve them all. Preserve them. All they end up doing is filling my storehouse instead of filling my pockets. I'm sorry to hear that. Yeah, everything is about the economic situation here is just really rough. Thancred. A charming little village. Shame about the hideous tower. Ambas. Welcome to our village, traveler. Is there anything I can help you with? Yeah, who are you? I'm a fisher, and a good one at that. I'll reel you in the biggest catch from the open sea, or something smaller by the shore if you'd prefer. Your choice. Now, if only I were as skilled with a rudder as I am with a net. Some days I find myself so far from shore that I miss the morning rush with the bazaar. That sounds like a frustrating mismatch of talents. What is this place? This is the fishing village of Akyali. You can think of it as the fisher's Yedlamad, which is perhaps not such a helpful analogy for foreigners. No, it's helpful for me. I've been to Yedlamad for a little bit now. Of course, we had a few merchants coming to either port since that horrible tower appeared. Not to mention the kidnappings. Okay, I'll see you around. Estinian, how are you coming? Mark you that platform out on the water. Some manner of shrine, perhaps? Could be. Yeah, that could definitely be. Hospeda. When I'm out on the water, I can usually forget about my woes, but no chance with that giant eyesore looming near. I hope they tear the hideous thing down soon. We'll do our best. Matsya. Welcome to Akyali, friend. The name means white beach, and there isn't much hearsay of that, but please make yourself at home. Thank you. Your companions have already begun talking to everyone. Feel free to show yourself around and do the same. Any one of us can tell you about our gods, but you could do worse than to start with Kanga and old Hasveda. They're free at the moment as it happens. Okay, yeah. We've already said a brief hello. Let's start with Kanga. You wish to know about our gods. What a curious visitor you are. Most want fish in any case. Most want fish. In any case, I'm happy to oblige. I don't know how it is whence you hail, but our isle is home to many gods. They can be divided into two groups. The Manusya, beings of wisdom who can assume the form of men, and the Mrga, beings of might who assume the form of beasts. So Manusya, like man, Manusya. I mean, that's not linguistically where it's from, but that'll help me remember a little bit maybe. And Mrga. Together, they are divinities. Their forms and personalities many and varied. Now, I should say up front that I have pretty much zero familiarity with Hinduism and Hindu gods and all that. And so if there's stuff that's especially divergent from that or disrespectful or especially well done here, I'm just not going to pick up on it. So apologies for that. Some are kind and gentle, others stern and temperamental, just like we mortals can be. All are possessed of great insight and experience, and by heeding their teachings, we strive to be better people and live better lives. Sounds reasonable and wise. Thank you for sharing that, Kanga. Hasveda. Interested in learning about our gods, you say? That's what I'd like to hear. Prick your ears up then and listen. In ancient times, the Manusya and the Mrga, deities who look like men and beasts respectively, were locked in conflict. Eventually, seeking the wisdom of the Manusya, the Mrga cast aside their own heads and took up those of their foes. Ah, so they decapitated some of the Manusya and popped them onto their own heads. Interesting. So they're like human-headed beasts. Likewise, the Manusya coveted the might of the Mrga, and so they too resolved to trade heads. That seems anatomically challenging, but I believe you. So the Manusya then became people with the head of humans with the heads of beasts, and the Mrga became beasts with the heads of humans. Thus were born new gods possessed of both might and wisdom, and they ushered in an age of hiccups between the two factions. From then on, as a sign of their esteem for one another, the Manusya have worn animal faces and the Mrga the limbs of men. That is very extremely cool. And good to know. I don't know how it's going to help us, but I think all the general information we can get is going to help us for now. Matsya. There you are. Learned a thing or two about our gods, I trust. I did. While you were off talking to the others, I remembered something that may be of interest. If you could let your friends know, I'll go and fetch it from my home at once. Great. Matsya, apologies for the wait. I wish to show you this hanging scroll which depicts 3 of our most revered deities. Urianger, by all means we should like to see it. Hold on. Yes! Oh my god, it's the fucking Magus sisters. Yes, okay, of course. Tower of Zot has the Magus sisters and their gods. Of course, there's like Cindy, Mindy, and Sandy, I think. Sandy's the tall one, Cindy's the small one, and Mindy, I think, is the fat one. I could be wrong, though. They're Manusya. So the Manusya, they're the people who have the heads of beasts. Okay. You heard about them already, yes? 3 sisters. The center one's the eldest, Cinduruva, a goddess of wisdom. Oh no, of course, yeah. No, Sandy's the tall one. So Cinduruva's the middle one, the fatter one, a goddess of wisdom. For this, alchemists hold her in the highest. To her right is the middle sister, Sanduruva. That's a great job of adapting Cindy, Mindy, and Sandy. As a goddess of wealth, she counts many traders among her followers. So she has the head of a... Well, let me just finish this off first. And on the left is Minduruva, the youngest sibling. She presides over crafts and is so is beloved by weavers. So I'm trying to make a sense of... So it looks like Cinduruva has like a rhinoceros head, or like an No, that's a Gaja head. Okay, she has a Gaja head. Maybe Minduruva, the small one, has like a turtle head? It could be a turtle, but there's 3 eyes. No, but they all kind of have 3 eyes. That might be a turtle. And then Sanduruva, I'm not sure what that is. Maybe a bird of some kind with a long beak? Maybe. Although each is worshipped for different reasons, the sisters are usually portrayed together in these works, which people keep in their homes for good fortune. They're known for their Deltaruva attack. Urianger. And like fashion to the Manusya, the deities of Eorzea preside over myriad aspects of life. What of the Mrga, if I may ask? Matsya. The Mrga hold power over nature. In ages past they were revered as guardian deities in times of conflict. If you have occasion to visit our temples and ruins, you'll find their images there. Among them is a god who possesses a Gaja's head. Wait. I thought that must be a Manusya. And he is venerated as the progenitor of the Arkasodara. So that must be a Manusya? Not a Mrga. And then there are dragons. They occupy a special place in our history. Estinian. Oh yeah, of course Estinian would be the one to ask about this. You worship dragons too? Matsya. It's said that an ancestor of the satrap, that's the ruler of Radzatan, forged a covenant with a dragon divinity in ancient times. This divinity has since acted as the guardian deity of the satrap. Legend holds that if ever the satrap is in need, his dragon ally will fly to his aid. Estinian is like, how can I get me some of that dragon ally flying to my aid action? Estinian, dragon ally. Yeah, he's into this. Thancred. You claim to be a terrible storyteller, but nothing could be further from the truth. The passion you bear for your faith is plain to hear. I'm confident that the information you've given us will serve us well in our efforts to deal with the tower. Matsya, that is very kind of you to say. Thank you. I will pray for your success. Thancred. Right. I believe it's time we sought out Kryle's acquaintance, an alchemist by the name of Nidana. According to Kryle's notes, we're to find her at a place called the Great Work, further north along the coast. I am excited for the House of Divinities, for the Tower of Zot, whenever we get to that. I assume it's going to be coming up pretty soon. I assume that's going to be... because I'm pretty sure that's the first dungeon. Ooh, Fate. I am the Walrus. Sharp-toothed Walrus. A huddle of vicious Walrus have assembled on the Akyali coast, causing no end of consternation to would-be beachgoers. Fell the massive creatures and try not to get caught with your knickers down in the process. I will. Again, the Fate names never fail. They're A+ throughout. Nice job, game. Nice job, Koji. How am I supposed to go fishing with these blasted creatures about? Am I doomed to starve to death? No, me and my allies here have got you. Everyone wants the experience. Matsya. The Great Work. Matsya has a shine in his eyes that wasn't there before. We're giving him hope. Matsya. Did you say you're going to see Nidana? Oh, how I envy you. She's brilliant and beautiful, kind and understanding, and did I say she's beautiful? You did. I could stare at her dainty ears and adorable trunk all day. And those eyes. When you meet her, take care you don't drown in them. I will do my best. I'll pass along your good wishes. Also, it's been a while since I've seen any sort of sightseeing points. I haven't seen any in Thavnari yet. I'm sure they're there. I mean, of course I'm sure they're there, but I don't know where I should be looking for them, so I'm not going to worry too much about it. Especially because when I was in Labyrinthos, there were a few that that you could see were only accessible with flying. So maybe I'll find them later. This is the Great Work, I guess. This is a big old town. Well, I guess it's not a big old town, but there's at least a few major buildings in it, whether it's a big town or not. Yeah, this is the middle of the Great Work. And I'm about out of time for right now, but let's at least attune to the Aetheryte before we wrap up today. And so next time we will find Nidana. But for now, we'll close on this gorgeous little piece here. Thanks for watching, and I will see you all later. Okay, bye-bye.